Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing a review of the JUVIA'S Place I Am Magic Velvety Matte Foundation. I picked mine up at Ulta, one of my local Ultas. I had to drive a little bit out of the way for it to go to this specific Ulta. It does carry this, and I kind of wanted to swatch in store to find the best color match. So I ended up with the shade Isla with 730, and I just want to read you guys some of the claims. By the way, this is $20, but the little Ulta coupons do work on it, so I got $3.50 off. And this is supposed to be a radiant, long-lasting, creamy, and comfortable. It says, our Second Skin Creamy Foundation offers a smooth application with a soft, natural, soft matte finish to give flawless coverage. A great formula to even out the complexion, refine skin texture, and erase blemishes, maintaining the initial finish throughout the day. Suitable for all skin types, including sensitive and oily skin. And it's free from paraben, oil, and something I can't pronounce. But it does have dimethicone as the second ingredient, so if you're sensitive to that, then I would be wary. I know my sister is, so I know some people aren't into dimethicone. But anyway, I just want to show you guys how I like this foundation and everything. I'll show you me putting it on, and then I'm also going to do a wear test. It's early in the morning right now. It's 8:50, so I'm going to wear this all day. I know I have plans well into the evening today, so we're going to get a full day's wear. It's also the middle of June, so it's nice and warm out, so we'll be able to test this foundation out and really see how it does. So if you want to see my review and wear test and first impressions of the JUVIA'S Place foundation, then please keep watching. I was lucky enough to find my shade in the JUVIA'S Place I Am Magic Velvety Matte Foundation at Ulta. I got the shade Isla, which is 730. This is the second to the lightest one. And I'm a little concerned because I had swatched some of them on my arm, and then they kind of oxidized really dark. So I'm hoping that this shade still works. We're going to try it out. My skin's clean, and then I also primed with my Henriksen Banana Bright Primer, which normally I don't use a primer for my like foundation review videos, but I wanted to put something underneath this just because this is supposed to be super matte and my skin's like a little bit angry at the moment. But I think this will be a good test because I have all of these breakouts right now, so we're going to be able to see kind of a before and after of how my skin looks now and how it looks with the foundation. So I'm going to use a damp beauty blender like I said, and supposedly a little bit goes a long way, so I'm just going to do a little pea-sized dollop, so hopefully that's not too much. And I've watched a few other review videos of this, and it seems like you should just work in small areas and then blend out. So I'm going to start here on this cheek. And this is definitely full coverage. This color match seems good, but like I said, hopefully it doesn't oxidize. Okay, so there's that one little pea-sized amount. I'm definitely going to need some more, probably just because the Beauty Blender eats like half the product. So I'm going to take another little pea-sized amount and spread this where I don't have any coverage yet. And this is definitely a really like thick consistency and very pigmented. So my first layer of foundation is on. I'm just kind of still blending because this definitely does dry matte. There's still a little bit of sheen to the skin. It's not like too chalky, but it definitely is more matte than most foundations. I find even like other kind of full coverage mattifying foundations still kind of tend to dry down at this stage to kind of a more like natural dewy finish. And this one is definitely not super dewy, not super natural, but I don't think it's bad. I'll try to just come in closer here so you can kind of see the coverage and how the foundation's looking. All this dark acne on my cheeks is mostly covered, though they are really kind of a dark purple though. So hopefully the camera's focusing so that you can see, but I mean from far away it's okay, it's covered. This is about as much coverage as I get out of other full coverage foundations, so I'm not like overly impressed with it. I think what would be impressive is if this like lasts super well throughout the day, and if I get like a super long wear and it stays really full coverage, because I kind of don't want to lose the coverage. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my makeup. I'll add concealer, powder, all that, and I'm gonna set, just so you know, with my MAC Mineralize Skin Finish in the shade Light Plus. This is my holy grail favorite powder, so whenever I'm testing foundations I always set with this just because I know how this powder works and I like the way it looks on my skin. I like the way it works with basically every foundation. So I'm gonna go ahead and set with this, and I'll come back when all my makeup's done. Alright guys, so I finished all my makeup for the day, and I powdered, you know, blush, brows, everything, lip, kind of finished off my whole look. But I just want to show you guys again my skin. I think these dark purple blemishes are definitely peeking through, especially where I applied blush and bronzer. The foundation and the powder kind of like broke up, and I kind of lost some coverage there because these darker purple ones are definitely showing through. Around the chin area where I have a lot of darker ones, I can also still kind of see them. I think honestly I probably could have layered on another dollop of foundation to get a little bit more coverage, but personally I don't really want to have that much thick foundation on my face and feel like I'm wearing a mask. I like a little bit more of like a natural finish, so I actually like how the finish of the foundation is. I think it doesn't look too matte, it doesn't look too dewy, it actually looks like kind of ideal. Like if my skin were to stay this exact finish throughout the day, then that would be perfect. And I think that's what this foundation is kind of claiming to do. So if this stays like this exact finish, I'm gonna be happy. I have a feeling though I might get a little greasy because I always get greasy, but this is supposed to be like the super matte, full coverage, like Wonder foundation. So hopefully it kind of stays like that. I do want to note though, kind of how I mentioned over here by my chin, if you see just under where I applied bronzer, the foundation is definitely breaking up a little bit. Same with on my forehead here, and in between my eyebrows and on my nose. I definitely feel like it is kind of like separating and doing a little bit of like a weird breaking up thing. So I'm not sure that this is going to stay put super well throughout the day, but maybe that's just how I applied the products on top of it. Maybe I should use different brushes, or maybe used only cream products on top of the beauty blender. I'm not really sure. I'll have to do more testing with it, but just initial first impressions are that the finish is nice, the coverage is pretty good, it's just kind of breaking up and not like sitting like quite as still as I would like it to. So I'm gonna check in with you guys in a little bit. It's currently 8:50 in the morning, so I'll check in with you in several hours, and then again at the end of the day because I have a full day and I'm going out this evening, so I'm gonna try not to touch up or do anything too crazy, and we'll see how this foundation holds up. Hey guys, so it is now 1:30, so it's been about half of the day. I've been out for several hours. I had a meeting, and then I also went to lunch, and we sat outside, and I ate a really greasy, messy quesadilla that dribbled all down my chin. So I just wanted to show you guys how the foundation is looking so far. There's definitely separation here on my chin, which I'm about to touch up because that was not the foundation's fault. That was the quesadilla's fault. I got cut off because I had to answer a phone call, but I just wanted to finish describing how I feel that the foundation is holding up. And where it's separated here and a little bit around my nose, I think isn't too bad. The coverage is still pretty full. I don't think it's faded too much at this point, but it is early in the day, and also it has faded a little bit, but honestly it was all from lunch and I had to wipe my face quite a bit with a napkin, so I really can't fault the foundation for that. But I'll really pay attention to my nose and my forehead because those are areas where I did not have to dab with my napkins. It wasn't that messy with my food. It was just kind of my cheeks and my chin area where the quesadilla was getting a little out of hand. But anyway, this is how it's looking so far, and I'll check in with you guys again at the end of the day. It is now like 5:45, so it's been quite a while that I've had this foundation on, and I also just woke up from an accidental nap and then also just ate a snack. So we've been through a lot today, and I just wanted to check in with you guys as far as the foundation. I'm hoping it really focuses because you can really see that it's starting to separate here. It's not too bad though. Like from far away it looks fine, just from like cosmetic distance, like if someone was standing right in front of you, I don't think it looks horrible. I think it's up close that it looks really good, and obviously I have gotten super greasy. Now partially that's because I have oily skin, and partially because I did use that brightening Henriksen primer, so nothing like too out of the ordinary, but I am definitely gonna have to touch up because I'm about to go out this evening and I don't want to look like totally greasy, so this isn't going to be a complete true wear test because I have to touch up. It's especially greasy like right here through my nose and my T-zone, the center of my forehead. Everything's just looking really greasy, and you can tell where I told you I had some like grease drip on my chin at lunch. The makeup's just totally gone, so I need to add a little bit of coverage. So I'm going to kind of powder and try to salvage this, but I'll check in with you guys one more time at the end of the night. I just wanted to check in now because that nap really messed things up and kind of threw off the wear test, but this is where we are, and I'll check in with you guys one more time. It is the end of the day. It's now 9 p.m. and I'm just about to change into my jammies and wash my face and get ready for bed. And I just got back from being out at like an outdoor food truck kind of night market thing, which was super fun. But I've had this makeup on a super long time. But before I went, you saw me after my nap, and then I touched up quite a bit with some Bare Minerals powder. So I did that just mostly through the T-zone. So kind of on the outsides here is still the original foundation. I did add a little bit more blush, but I didn't touch up any of the powder out here. So it definitely still has a little bit of that separation, but overall I'm like happy with how this held up. I don't think this really held up any like super much better or worse than other foundations that I like. I think it's kind of right there in the middle. There was some separation. I did have to touch up. It wasn't groundbreaking, but it didn't look like a disaster or an oily mess. I think I'm going to try this again with a different primer and see if I get any like different results, because maybe it was the primer just making making me a little bit too greasy, or maybe the primer didn't agree with the foundation. So I'll try it another time to kind of see how that comes out, but otherwise I'm pretty happy with it. I really liked the full coverage, and I think just doing the one layer kept it looking pretty natural and not too cakey and full. But next time I think I'm going to try to layer up just a little bit more to get some more coverage on these larger blemishes I have. So that's it, and this is the final check-in. Alright guys, that's it for my review of the JUVIA'S Place foundation. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. As always, I do upload 2 days a week on Monday and Thursday, so please subscribe if you haven't already so that you don't miss my next video. And I also wanted to quickly mention that I do have a link down in the description box now to my Amazon store. It just has like links to all my favorite products, so if you're ever curious about some of like my daily products and some of the things I mention a lot, I've linked them there on Amazon for you. Let me know if you want me to link anything else. That is an affiliate link, so you don't have to click it, but I just wanted to kind of make it easy for you guys to shop some of the products that I talk about. So go check that out if you're interested. If not, I'll see you next time, and thank you so much for watching.